Hello everyone. Today we are here to derive a formula for the different changes in temperature. And as we know that many of us use a formula that F is equals to C into 9 by 5 whole plus 2 32. But many of us without knowing use this formula that why do we use this formula? Is there any proof that this formula is a genuine one? So in this video I'll be giving you the proof that this formula is a genuine one and has been derived scientifically. So let us take some things which will help us derive it. Here I have three boxes. First one which is filled with ice, second one which is filled with boiling water, and the third one is filled with normal water with some unknown temperature. And here I have a vessel that is filled with mercury, not up to the brim but up to only some part. So now let me take this vessel of mercury and dip it into this ice. Here we will be using three different scales to measure it. In the first scale, that is a Fahrenheit scale, we get the reading as 32 degree Fahrenheit. In the second scale we get it as 0 degree Celsius, and in the third scale we get it as 273 degree Kelvin. Next, when we dip it into boiling water, the mercury expands and gives us the reading such as 212 degree Fahrenheit, 100 degree Celsius and 373 degree Kelvin. Now, as these scales have been fixed in such measures, we know that the highest temperatures as the boiling of water as the temperatures that I have mentioned just now. But what if I dip this same vessel into this vessel of water which has some unknown temperature? I might get the reading in Fahrenheit scale somewhere over here. In the Celsius scale I might get it somewhere over here, and in the Kelvin scale I might get it somewhere over here. So how do we derive a formula that will help us to understand the relation between these three measurements? So let's start on with it. Let us call these three different readings in three different scales as XF, XC and XK. To find out the relation between these three temperatures, we must always take their ratios. That is LF is to XF, which is equals to LC is to XC, again which is equals to LK is to XK. So now this L over here means the highest temperature minus the lowest temperature, and X means the temperature we got when we immersed it in the water minus the lowest temperature. So let's find out how to do it. Let's take the scales of the Fahrenheit and the Celsius. So when we take these two scales, we find out that LF by XF is equals to LC by XC. Now as I told you that LF is the difference between the highest and the lowest temperature, let's write it. So in the Fahrenheit scale, the highest temperature is 212 and the lowest temperature is 32. And in the X scale, we get it as XF, or let's call it as F in this numerical, F minus 32, that is the temperature that we got minus the lowest temperature. Now this will always be equal to the lowest and the difference between the highest and the lowest temperature in the other side, such as in the Celsius scale the highest temperature is 100 minus 0 divided by, let's call this as C in this numerical, that is C minus 0. So it will be always that the ratio of LF by XF is always equals to LC by XC. So 212 minus 32 divided by F minus 32 is always equals to 100 minus 0 divided by C minus 0. So we get it as 100, as 100 minus 0 gives us 100 itself, and C, as C minus 0, whatever the temperature of C might be, the number minus 0 will always give us to C, will be equal to 212 minus 32, which is like 180 divided by F minus 32. As we do not know the value of F, we can't subtract it by the value of 32. So like next we get it like, so now we must always cross multiply. So like C into 180 and 100 into F minus 32. So this will give us 100 whole into F minus 32 is equals to 180 C. So like we should take this thing, take this 100 to the other side, so which will give us that F minus 32 is equals to C, my bad, C into 180 by 100. So like when we divide this we get it as 9 by 5. So like we get it as F minus 32 is whole equal to C into 9 by 5. So like in the next step, which I'm going to do here for my less space, that F, when we take this minus 32 to the other side, it becomes plus 32. So C into 9 by 5 plus 30 plus 32. Hence we have proved that Fahrenheit is really equals to C into 9 by 5 plus 32. So now, to derive the relation between Fahrenheit and the Kelvin scale, we must use the same process, that is L of F divided by X of F is equals to L of K divided by X of K. Now the same process begins, that the L of K is equals to L of K is equals to 212 minus 32 divided by F minus 32. Now this will be equals to 373 minus 273 divided by K minus 273. Now we'll get it like this, somehow like this, that 180 divided by F minus 32 is equals to 100 divided by K minus 273. Now again we should do the process of cross multiplication. So that is so that will be 180 into K minus 273 is equals to 100 into F minus 32. Now again we should take this 180 to the other side, so we get as K minus 273 is equals to 100 by 180 into F minus 32. So like when we get this, we just simply divide 100 by 180, that is we get 5 by 9. So like after we get this, we get that and then we should take this 273 to the other side, and as we take it to the other side, this plus over here becomes minus, so we get the relation as Kelvin, that is 1 Kelvin is equals to 5 by 9 into Fahrenheit minus 32, and that is whole plus 273. Now let us derive the relation between the Celsius and the Kelvin scale. So again let's take that LC divided by XC is equals to LK divided by XK. So like now as we already know that 100 LC is equals to 100 minus 0 and XC is equals to C minus 0, and in the Kelvin scale LK is equals to 373 minus 273 divided by K minus 273. So this is equals to 100 by C is equals to 100 by K minus 273. Next, when we cross multiply, we get it as 100 whole to K minus 273 is equals to 100 C. Now this 100 and this 100 gets cancelled, so K minus 273 is equals to C, and then when we take this minus 273 to the other side, it becomes plus 273. So K is equals to C plus 273. Hence here we have derived all the three relations between the three scales of Fahrenheit, Celsius and Kelvin. Now if you want to make a own scale of yours, you can use the same formula, that is L of the scale divided by X of the scale is equals to L of any other scale divided by X of any other scale. Hope that helps in the future and whenever you are in trouble with such formulas. Thank you and have a nice day.